Good evening. Well, we haven't been on the ground very long. I got to tell you, the hospitality has been outstanding so far. You know, we're the home team, and it feels like a home game even. So hopefully we can wake up in time, put on a good show. Any questions?
How would you sort of describe the physical state? What did you see in practice at the beginning of the season?
I thought practice picked up as practice went on. We started out a little slow, and we even started out a little different. You know, we ran some gashes in the beginning just to wake guys up a little bit, get the legs back underneath them, just trying to pump water in the guys, get them hydrated. It was a long flight, so it ended up being a pretty crisp practice.
Anthony, reportedly Melvin Gordon stepped off the field today at practice and then came back on. What sort of happened?
I think he was just sore, you know, long plane ride, probably didn't drink enough water. We were being extra cautious with him, and we just held him out today. And it would have been the third practice he's been on field turf. You know, and with his knees and ankles, I don't think that's good for him at all, so we just held him out.
So, otherwise, he could go.
Yeah, I believe so. You know, he was limited today, but we'll see.
Coach, can you talk about the benefit of staying over in Cleveland and what you felt that did for your team?
Well, staying over in Cleveland was a much shorter plane ride than going back to California. But, you know, it could have created some distractions for guys staying in the city that just played in, things like that. But our guys handled that very well, using Baldwin Wallace facilities. I appreciate them opening their arms up and letting us use their place. But it wasn't home, but we made the most out of it. We got 2 good days of practice. We got on the plane, we flew out here. And we just thought through research that was the best plan.
How does that help the bonding with the team? They're spending so much more time with each other than they had just gone home to spend time.
Well, it's interesting you say that because we did have a team building activity and 100% participation. And I thought the guys thought they liked it a lot. It was encouraging. The feedback was positive.
What did you do?
Well, I left it up to my sports psychologist. The coaches get the hell out of the room and let the players talk and do their own thing. But everyone says it went really well.
In terms of picking, are you thinking Caleb, is he still a game time decision as of right now? Or
you know, Caleb's going to get a lot better. You know, he didn't kick much this week. Mark kicked a lot this week. So I think it would be smart to go into the bye, give him another week, don't rush this, and get him healthy. He'll be a game time decision. You know, we had this a couple weeks ago, and it was a game time decision, and he lasted one play. It was gone. So we definitely don't want that to happen again. So really thinking hard about that one. Now he's a game time decision as well. He was very limited this week. I just don't want guys to go into a game and play a quarter or play and be done. So we'll continue to look at him.
Say at Wembley, got you from the ground. It's nice to see that kind of feel where you're going to be playing on Sunday. It's a world-renowned stadium.
No, we played there 3 years ago when I was with the Bills, so I've been on that field before. Didn't get to see it much today, but it's an exciting stadium. You know, a lot of history at that place, so guys are fired up to play there.
What was the crowd like?
It was. I remember the crowd being pretty good. You know, I think we were the visiting team, playing the Jaguars. So, but the crowd was pretty good.
Did they know football? Like when the cheer Antonio was kind of talking about how they would cheer when there was like an interception. What were they like?
It was a fun crowd. Sometimes it was like a constant buzz, you know. So I think they were into it. I think as long as you're putting on a good show, they'll be into it.
how important is it to get out to a quick start in a game like this when both teams are dealing with jet lag? And I know you guys at the beginning of the season struggled at the beginning, but last week you got out to a quick start.
Well, we've always emphasized quick start. Whether we do it or not is another story, but we try to get out to a quick start every single week. I don't think anybody wants to start slow.
Do you think with the change of speed in the first couple of seasons, do you think that makes Chargers a team that attacks really well in different environments? Now you're in London, Wembley.
I just think, changing cities like we did last year, and it can't help. I mean, it can't hurt. So, I think that's a good point.
All right, thanks, guys. Philip up.
We got
Phil, someone who loves the game of football so much, what's it like to see the jerseys, not just in the States, but also over here?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, we've been here, this is the second time back, so I'm excited to be back. It was 10 years ago, no way being here. I think it was the second game I ever played over here, and now there's been, I guess, 21 since then or something like that. This is the 23rd or 24th game, so I'm interested to see, again, the atmosphere of the stadium. So I guess last week here it was an unbelievable crowd for Oakland and Seattle, and I remember being a great crowd 10 years ago, so looking forward to it on Sunday.
Any prevailing memories from that COVID experience?
Other than we had a chance, we threw a jump ball in the end zone. The last play of the game, and came up just short. I caught the tail end of Coach speaking about just kind of that constant buzz, great energy in the stadium, and I just remember so many different NFL jerseys, you know, from there's so many different teams represented that I remember, and the energy was in there. I mean, a long pass or a ball getting kicked, all those things. Got the crowd going pretty good.
Phil, how was the flight over from the US? Did you sleep?
Yeah, a little bit. I've had better nights.
What time is it in your head right now?
I don't have my watch on. I don't change my watch. So what is it, 4 here?
8 a.m.
8 hours, so it's 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. But no, we've been in East Coast time, so just 5 hours behind for the last, a whole week now. So I don't feel too bad. We got a couple days to get settled in and be ready on Sunday.
How was it today physically getting through this practice?
It was all right. It being a Friday, it was all right. Again, I think it's just part of it. You know, Tennessee's in the same boat. They got over here this morning as well, I think. And, just kind of suck it up and make it work for 48 hours and then go on a long trip back.
Are you a big coffee drinker? How do you combat some of that tiredness?
Yeah, today was one of those days I don't think anything could help. It got to the point that third or fourth cup of coffee was not working at all. But it was, it's not bad. I think if we can push through and get to 8, 9 o'clock tonight, we should be okay.
Phil, NFL players usually are little creatures of habit. In a week like this, does this feel odd? I mean, you feel like you're out of sorts here?
I mean, certainly. I mean, in some ways, I don't from a preparation standpoint. I think, you know, speaking just individually, my routine is not really dictated. I don't go off with exact times as far as when I watch this or when I study that. So for me, it's just a matter of making sure I get it done. Some Tuesdays, I drop off in school and we run an errand. Some Tuesdays I work in the morning before, you know, so I think that part wasn't a concern for me as far as being able to get prepared. In some ways, shoot, you're at the hotel all day on Tuesday, there's nothing else to do, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I feel like I've seen as much as you can possibly watch and study. So as far as where and all the logistics, that's been a little bit of a whirlwind. But like I said, I think being here now and having another almost 48 hours till kickoff will be fun.
Was this trip easier when you were 26?
No, I don't think so. I think it hasn't been bad. You know, like I said, we did it straight from Buffalo, where we got here Monday morning at 8 o'clock in 2008. And that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were pretty rough. Having been in Cleveland, you know, 3 hours closer time zone for a week, and really in similar weather. I mean, we had great days. I guess I've been told this is an unusual mid to late October day. The leaves are turning colors. It's awesome. It's like a fall day in Alabama. It's pretty. It's awesome. So I think everybody is kind of getting settled in, but certainly excited about the weekend.
When both teams are kind of dealing with that, the jet lag aspect of it, how important is it to set the tone right away?
I just don't think it is important, but I think you got both teams that are, you know, they're good teams and that have a lot going. I mean, this will be big for us to get to 5-2, and I know for those guys to get to 4-3 and kind of turn it back around for them as well. And we're playing a team that's got a lot of veteran players, and you know, a head coach that's won a lot of games in his days as a player, and a prideful group. So we know you're going to get two teams that when it boils down to it, they're going to say, who cares? Nobody cares what's happened and how hard travel was. This game counts, and we got to be ready to roll.
Philip, obviously you're someone who really loves football. Could you kind of explain to the European viewer what's so great about the game for you?
Yeah, well, I grew up a coach's son, so my dad coached high school football, so I was around it ever since I was little. So I developed a love for the game itself very young, from the strategy and all that comes with it. But I think the game is even more special to me just because of all the other things it teaches you about life and all the traits and characteristics that it takes to succeed in this sport. Like many sports, but for me in football, is the same ones that you need to be a good dad and to be a good husband, all those things. You can apply them in your faith, everything. So that's what it is for me. All those traits you need kind of transfer. It's more than just the game, all the lessons, the teamwork, and all the different things that comes with it. But in between the lines, the game itself, I do enjoy playing, and I play it like I did when I was 10, 12 years old, just that same kind of kid-like approach, and still doing it at 36.
You mentioned being a dad. Could you kind of give a piece of advice to other dads on how to balance work and do a really good job and still be a good dad?
Yeah, you certainly can do both. During the season, obviously it's a little more of a challenge just from a time aspect because you spend a lot of time in the office. But I think that definitely it's better to have a good balance. And I found that the biggest thing that our children want is our time. So whether that's 15 minutes at night on a long work day, or whether it's a lot of time during the off day or the off season, they want that quality time. And so I found that spending that goes a long way, and I certainly try to do that as much as I can.
People have been analyzing what is behind your good start of this great start of the season you're having. What is it for you? What's behind this?
Well, it is a good start statistically. We haven't been 4-2 in a long time, but maybe it's a little bit prideful of me to get a little bit defensive and go, shoot, I played pretty good in the past too, But it is a better start numbers-wise. We've taken care of the football better for the most part. And I don't know if there's anything behind it. I think just collectively we're playing better as a group. We finished last year on a stretch kind of like this, winning 9 of the last 12, and we kind of picked up in some ways where we left off. So we need to keep it going, though. We know that the great teams sustain that over the long haul, and we're not great yet. We're trying to get there, and to me, this game is huge to get to 5-2 right before the bye. We got 2 more road games coming, so this is a big game in our season.
2 more, guys, 2 more. Do you think Melvin Gordon's at the best of his career since he started in the NFL?
Yeah, no question. I think he's just kind of been doing this, his whole career, little by little, just becoming more of a complete back. And he's just hard to tackle. He's running hard, and he's worked at it. And I think it's shown. And I think he had a heck of a season last year, but he's definitely running well. He and Austin Eckler both. The guys in front are doing a heck of a job, and both running the pass.
And did you bring your polo tie and cowboy boots, or do you think it might catch on over here again?
I don't know about that. I did not bring the bolo tie. I got the cowboy boots, so yeah, those make sure to have those with me on game day. The same boots I probably wore in here in 2008. I've had them that long, so they're almost like slippers now. They feel so good.
All right, thanks, Philip.